God damn it, chat. Calm the fuck down. Oh, God. I feel like shit. I thought my stomach problems were over, and they're not. I just tried to go to the bathroom and failed. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. Chat's unreadable, but I kind of expected that. So if I miss your message, it's not my fault. That's all I'm going to say. So how's everyone doing today? Also, thank you for the raid, Corono. I appreciate you. But fuck it, you also kind of feel bad. I feel like fine, other than my stomach is bad, and I'm not that bad. Whoops, I didn't mean to pin that. You're so fucking tired, bro. Same. Anyway, today's the review stream. I'm gonna review your fucking dumbasses. We're gonna fucking review your bitch ass characters, and I'm gonna tell them tell you that they suck. That's what today is all about, chat. I'm gonna observe you. I'm going to look at you, and I'm gonna say that sucks, and get better. Get better material. That's what I'm gonna say. You are the grown right. You are the gown in the gown right now. Happy graduation, Awario. I hope you have a good day today. I love that you're here instead of celebrating your graduation. Fair enough. Let's get some fucking. I'm just gonna put on. I'm just gonna keep putting on Live Alive music, to be quite honest, because I love Live Alive. All right, we gotta be sad, chat. We gotta be sad. Okay, I'm gonna review your fuck-ass tales today. Let's go. All right, chat. This is the song that's going to resonate with your feelings when I review your character. Okay. So you get your tear ducts ready, because you're not gonna like what I have to say. Get your fucking tear ducts ready. Sadness will become of you. I'm in the wrong position for that, bitch. Core Ramsey. Pathetic. Longer! Where's the length? It's fucking raw. There's no substance. All right, I actually don't have that many. I might as well. I'm gonna pin the post where you guys can post more, though. Give me 1 second. You be good, okay? Have a good one. Take care, Coronel. Okay, that's enough sadness. What's some good music we can put on during this? For your sanity, mute me good chat today. I agree. If you and I will not be able to see your messages. All right, chat. Let's get started. Let's pull up the post. Hey, thank you for the resub. Nice pull, bro. Okay, here we are. We're on the post. We're just gonna go in order from top to bottom, and then if I miss anybody, you just let me know. If you post a new one in the process of me doing this from the thing, you have to let me know. Okay? 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 Maybe I should have thought of a better way for you guys to redeem these in bulk. In hindsight, I might have fucked up. Anyway, chat, what do you... Before we get started, what do you guys think of this render? What do you guys think of this render? Do you like it? It's peak. It is peak. I might remove the cooldown on the 10 pull today, just because the chat's going to be spammed anyway. I might as well make it so that you guys can burn your points faster. In fact, let's do that. Like, if it's going to be spammed anyway, let's just make it so that you can burn your points faster. The cooldown has been disabled on it. Go for it. Burn your fucking points. Also, maybe keep an eye on it. We're kind of stress testing it a little bit here. With people redeeming it in a row, make sure you get your 10 pulls. I think the app should work. Noise, I saw that. The chat literally stopped right when you posted that. That's so fucking funny. So yeah, I think my program will still work with people redeeming it multiple times in a row like this, but just check to make sure you're getting your 10, okay? Maybe good idea to double check. You think it 8 a 10 pull? I'm gonna add a little bit of a cooldown. Stop pulling it, guys. I do think it might need a little bit of a cooldown. One-minute cooldown. Because I don't want people redeeming it so close to each other that it eats their thing. Okay. Now that I fixed that, let's move on with our lives. And by that, I mean, what song should we play? And let's start the review. All right, guys, here we go. All right. Don't computer me. Hello, hello. So this is the 4 criteria, chat, that we're going to be reviewing on. And I'm going to be updating this live, okay? There we go. And there it is. We're going to update these for every single one. It's going to be great. Let's make that a little smaller. Does that look good to everybody? All right. Let's fucking do this shit. Okay. Wait, I need music still. You think it 8 your 10 pull? It shouldn't anymore. Unless you're talking about one from a while ago. It might have. I wouldn't be surprised. There you go. Because I trust you. You asked me to. Yeah, I saw your message earlier. Don't worry. I'll get to the Discord once. I think I have a good method where I won't forget them. All right, all right, all right. We got the review criteria, chat. The review criteria: length, thick, how it connects, and style. Style. Style is basically the wild card. It's basically, does it look cool? Does it look fucking peak? Okay, let me move that over like a little bit more like here, I think, to avoid it covering up that. Also, good pull. There we go. That looks good. Should you link to it? No. I will see it if it's on the post, okay? If I don't see it, I will refresh the page and I can check my notifications. Don't worry. I will get to it, okay? I'm stalling. All right, whatever. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to go down from the top. Okay, wait. I just realized for some reason I can't scroll down on the browser source in OBS. Why, OBS? Why you can't I scroll down, you stupid fucking app? All right, we're going to remove this source. Remove. Boom. Okay, I gotta set it up again. Sorry! It's bullshit, okay? Look. We're almost done. We're almost there. It's not an issue. It's just, like, OBS doesn't have that functionality for some fucked up reason. Okay. I'm on window capture now. This should work. When did I make that render? A while ago, Blue. Itch. Alright. The first one I've got, the very first one down the list is Mikos. Are they in the chat right now? If they're not in the chat, I might skip them and come back, just in case they will show up later. But we will get to them even if they don't show up. We just might prioritize people who are in the chat right now first. Are you in the chat right now? Otherwise, I'm coming back to you later. Oh, wait. I need music still. Hold up. Chat, what music should I play? Let's just put on the Alive OST. Okay. That'll do just fine. There we go. Keep it quiet. Because I don't think they're in the chat, so we'll come back to theirs later. All right, I think I saw Arrow in the chat. So Arrow, are you up to be first? I know you're here. They are here. Okay, let's take a look at this motherfucker. Okay. All right, chat. I think we might be starting off with something strong here. I think we might be starting off with a pretty good one, chat. Scandalous. What do you mean by that? What do you fucking mean by that? And they provided a bunch of, well, 3 pictures particular. And there's their ref page. I like how I'm censoring what's the problematic part here. Now, if you want my honest opinion, the picture that definitely shows it off the best, here, this one. We're covering the part that no one cares about, don't worry. We're covering up the part that nobody cares. Bro, we're trying to review here. Blah. All right, so Arrow, let's get right down to it. We're gonna be quick with this. We gotta be quick. Length. Well, when it comes to length, chat, the important thing here, we gotta have I gotta put my like thinking cap on. When it comes to length, the important thing that I check here is it as long as they are tall? Would you say it is, chat? I would say it exceeds their height. Especially when you compare it to a picture like this. You could definitely see its length here. However, could it be longer? That's the question I think we really need to ask. Like, is this going to be a 10 out of 10, or is it going to be a 9 or an 8 out of 10? It's going to be a high score, but how high? That's the real question, isn't it, chat? This is going to set the benchmark for the rest of the stream, ain't it? This is the very first one. And if you want my honest opinion, I think it could be a little longer. Especially, I think it's good in this art, but there are some other arts where I think it could just be a little bit. That said, 9 out of 10. 9 out of fucking 10! Okay, next criteria. Oh, there's one more thing I need to add here. There we go. That'll be good. We gotta have a total. Just to carry out the ground for real. Well, that's the thing. Okay, so thick. Now, what's important about this one here, chat, the second criteria, is that it's relative. We're looking at the relativeness of it. You could have one that's massive, but if it doesn't look like it fits the character, you could score low on this despite being thicker than something else. So that's what's important here. Does it fit the character that it's attached to? And if you want my earnest opinion, it does. 10 out of 10! 10 out of 10! Alright. 10 out of 10! Base connection. This is important. What we're looking for here is the smoothness of it. How much did you base? This is the first one, Kura. I was feeling a little sick, so I started a little late. So for this one, we're looking at like the way it's smoothly. And Arrow, I'm gonna be real with you. You used to be pretty bad at this, but this particular art is pretty good at this aspect. You could really see the connection. You can really see it. However, you can see it a little less so here. And if I stop covering up the goods here, you can see that it doesn't seem to be a perfect connection right here. However, I do think this one particular piece of art is really redeeming it quite heavily. If you didn't have this art, I probably would have given it a 7 out of 10. But because you have this art, 8 out of 10. Because you do still have a little bit of... Oh, one sec. I need like a drawing tool that lets me like circle shit on the screen. That would be awesome. Is there like an app for that? The sacrifice for the cake. Indeed. I am going to be harsh on that aspect. All right. But yeah, there's a little bit. You can see a little bit of cake there, you know? All right. Style. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think even mine would rate very high on this. It's pretty basic. And I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing, because I mean, look, mine's pretty basic too. Mine may be even more basic. It doesn't, but this is where, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to put 897 there. basic but fitting? Yes, but what we're really looking for in this review is flair, style, and I think it's a little lacking here, but it works. I like it. I personally like it. But the best way to think about it is that this is the score that people who don't score highly on the other ones could potentially steal some points in. I'm going to say a 7 out of 10 for this one, because the floof at the end does really help. And that means your total is... I should have my... Look, I'm bad at quick math. I'm bad at quick math. Give me a second. 34 out of 40. Extremely, extremely strong start. Whoops, I didn't mean to move chat like that. That is an 85%. You passed. It's only a B. That's 85%. That's a B? You have high standards. In America, I guess 90% or higher is an A. Well, it's okay. It's pretty, but I think that the 85% is completely fine. Okay, I think that's a good score, and you should take it. All right, let's move on to the next one. Bari, are you here right now? Otherwise, I'll wait until Bari is here. You might be cooked. You might be cooked. Delay you. All right, we'll delay Bari. We'll come back. All right, now we've got Dragon decided to post this abomination. What do we think about this abomination, chat? I'm kidding. All right, let's clear peek. Let's clear out the scores so that we can start over again. All right, chat. I want your opinions too. Length. I personally think this one. MRL, we're doing other things here. This is what humans were denied. All right, chat. Length 10. I honestly think this is like kind of a no-brainer. It's easily eclipsing their height. I think this is a no-brainer score. I think that's pretty much like where it starts. There is such a thing as too long, and I will mark down for too long, but I don't think this gets to that point. Okay? Makes sense? Thick? This one's a little tricky, because although it is very clearly big, it might... Is it big to the point where it fits the character it's on, or is it too big? MRL, you're not here. You're not the one reviewing. This is a human jump scare. So what do we think, chat? Do they lose points for being too big for the body? Or does it stay the same? Personally, I think it loses just a little bit. And is just a 9. I think so too, Noise. But I think in this one it works. But I'm still gonna take off a little bit for that aspect. This one, unfortunately, we can't really see for the third point. We can't really see the connection too well because of the way it is. But I do think I need to deduct a little bit here, just because I think there's only so much that you can do with, like, dude man, you know, in terms of having that kind of thing. Is a thing? Yes, we have different standards. We do. That said, I do think I gotta give this one a 7 for that particular one, just because I do think there's only so much that you can do with a dude. Now, styled. It's a little basic, but I do think the spots are doing a lot of carrying here and stopping it from being too basic. The whole image is upsetting you. Blame Dragon, okay? I'm sorry. Imagine how much sunscreen. Oh my gosh. You're right. All right, in style, I think this is only a 6, guys. It's kind of basic. Any objections to that? Total, it's on it. That doesn't matter, Noise. That's not the thing itself. Anyway, that gives you a 32 out of 40. Which is an 80% on the dot. I think that's solid. Little score is a little lower. Is stuff. Yeah, I think that's the one thing that's dragging it down. All right, that's another one done. In fact, I should have 1 second. I'm gonna notepad. I'm gonna record people's things here so that we have them in posterity. Overall, we've gotten some solid scores so far. All right, let's go down. Pixel, are you here? I'm gonna be blunt, Pixel. I don't think the pictures you've chosen are the best, and I might have to rank you down for that. But we'll come back to Pixel if they're not here. I don't think Pixel's here. We'll come back for them. All right, Noise, it's your turn. Do your worst. Okay, here we have this fucking goat. This fuck-ass goat. Okay. Literal goat. Alright, chat. Length. Now, I think you are going to lose some points here, but I don't think it's bad. I honestly think that it's pretty damn good given what you're working with here. Here's some other art examples as well that was provided. They slay, sometimes you could say. Krampus' very chill cousin. Is it good? Yeah, I agree. But I think it could be blocking on the ref. Oh, don't worry, I see it. Don't worry. Yeah, if you don't see it, 1 sec. It says it can be a bigger one if you're about that life. But but I'm sorry, Noise. We have to rank it based off of the image you provided, which is the base default form. Just because it could be. Anyone can say, oh, but it could be perfect. You just have to believe. You just... We are, in fact, about that life. 7 out of 10. And you'll fucking thank me for it. You'll fucking thank me for it. You catch on the archive? Okay, no problem. I'm doing the blue sky first, so. I feel like the size of the PNG is the new. Okay, noted. I don't think you submitted your PNG one though. Oh well, I still think it's a 7 out of 10. All things considered. What have you missed? Arrow and dragons, and that's it. I'm kind of taking my time because we don't have that many, so we'll see how long this stream ends up going. All right, Fick. Okay, we all know this one's gonna score badly. We all know this one's not going to score the best. However, I still think you got something going on there, Noise. You got a little bit of sauce. A little bit of sauce. Not too much sauce, but a little bit of sauce. But I'm debating either a 5 or a 6. What do we think, chat? Five. We're gonna give you a 5. All right, now base connection. Now this one, you'd say a 4 to be honest. I think given the source material, we have to consider that as well. Okay? Like, it's pretty decent for what it is. All right. Now, the connection point, chat. this one doesn't matter about the thickness. What matters is that it just connects well. And if you want my honest opinion, I think it does. This art, maybe not so much, but we're not really going off this specific art. We're going off of your ref. And I think your ref does it pretty decently. I'm such a... What do you want from me, Brew? Like, pot calling the kettle black over here. I think for this one, 8. It's pretty good. I think it connects well. Good job. Good job. And style. It's extremely basic until you get to the tip. And then it becomes a little bit spicy. But otherwise, it's pretty basic. I would say it doesn't have a huge amount of flair. But it doesn't really need to. I'd say a solid 7 out of 10 for this one. With the spike doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Do we agree with that? All right, gamers. What's that? I think that's it then for the final score for this one is 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5 plus 8 plus 7. You get a 27. You passed. That's 67%. That's a passing grade, right? C's get degrees. Say that again. C's get degrees. 6-7. 6-7%. All right, never make me do that again. All right, Aurora, are you here? Ah! I don't think Aurora's here. The arrow's getting a B. I don't think Aurora's here. We'll come back. I don't know if Aurora is gonna show up. Zoldo, are you here? I don't think Zoldo's here either. We'll come back. Deuternium. I might have pronounced that wrong again because I'm brain dead. Are you here? I think you are. But I need you to say something because you could just be lurking. We might review it anyway because I don't want to skip too many. Bari is back. Oh, you're back? Okay, let's go back to Bari for now then. All right, Bari. Are you ready to get fucking owned? Are you ready to get fucking destroyed? Fucking decimated? Fucking absolutely butt-fucked annihilated? This guy's gonna cook. We'll see. Oh, Deuternium, you were just here. I was literally just about to do yours, but you... we'll do yours after this, okay? No back view. Yeah, you might lose points for that, Bari. Alright. Length. We're starting off with the length. It's about as long as you are tall, I would say, but it could be a little longer. Just a little bit, not too much more. Damn, a lot of legendaries coming in right now. Oh, probably because of the conversions. I think this one's a solid 9. Now the thick. It's, if you, I think it's pretty good. I think it's getting up there. I don't know if it gets perfect scores based off of this part right here, because it doesn't reach, like, the edges. But it's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. I would say this gets a solid 8 out of 10. Now, the connection is obliterating the gacha for a bit. Yeah, Lazy does that. You'd put a 9. I'm putting a bitch-ass 8. It's my review. I do what I want. It's mostly just like what I wanted to see it get to the edges, whereas this one, it kind of feels like it ends too soon on this rep specifically. Oh, 8-7. Okay. Wait, no, the base connection, I honestly think this is a 9. I think it's extremely smooth. I think it's very good. Like, consider the cross-section. It's very good. In fact, you're right. I think perfect needs to be, like, goddamn immaculate, though. Like, if I want to give out a 10 out of 10, it's got to be, like, goddamn fucking immaculate, makes me fucking blow my brains out perfect. And I think this comes pretty close. This comes very close. Could be better. That's what I think. You've nailed it on the head, Bari. This kind of leans into the thick as well. Style? I think this is definitely one of the most stylish ones we've seen so far, just because of how much floof there is. But it's still overall very basic. But I do think that this one does have more than some of the other ones did. Like, it's definitely more stylized than Arrow. And I think I gave Arrows a 7. So because of that, I think an 8 out of 10 is definitely the best for this one. Very stylish. Very, very floof. Very stylish. Very nice. But there are definitely crazier ones out there, you know? Total, I think you might have swept. This is looking like the best one so far. Let's check it out. Actually, you tied Arrow. You tied Arrow, and I think that's fair. Which is crazy. I am seeking perfection here. 8-9. All right. I hope you enjoyed your review, Bari. I'm looking forward to seeing your one in IRL. Does it even get a 40 out of 40? Correct. Mine would probably be 10 out of 10 in everything except style, where it would lose points. Because let's be real, mine's not that stylish. The style is definitely ruining a lot of people here. Although, well, mine's got the 2 colors, so I would probably rate it decently just because of that. You can see like the 2 colors here, and it's got the, you know. Well, some of mine actually do have style. Mantled has the most style. Yeah, Mantled would score pretty high on that. The style, I think, is really going to be the hardest for a lot of people, because a lot of people try to make it pretty basic. Okay, Mr. Drinking, are you here? This creature, are you here? I know you lurked earlier, but are you here and you ready for your review? I'm gonna be real noise. This one might come pretty close. The first one I did. Don't worry, I got your notification, bruh. I'll be able. I know you submitted one. I saw it, and I will get to it. You're making dinner. Do you want me to skip you and come back later, or are you okay if I just do it now? Your choice. It does have an odd. Oh, you thought it had 3? No, there's just one that's on the ground there. You're cool with now? Okay, let's go for now. All right, chat. This one, I don't think we need to talk about how this one might sweep the competition so far. I know that this is like a base that you've colored over, and that's perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with that. But I'm assuming this is still how you would want your character to look, so it works perfectly fine. Hold gentle. Hold gentle. Okay, Lazy. Lazy, I might need you to calm down a bit. Lazy, I might need you to chill. Alright, here we go, Length. Da-da-da. Yes, it is, Bakiri. Yes, it is. Da-da-da-da. That's definitely longer than they're tall. That's definitely good. That's the length. This thickness, honestly, this thing is perfect for their size. It goes right, it's like, it matches their body shape, like, damn near perfectly. This, straight up, 10 out of 10. I'm not even kidding. This is exactly what I'm looking for in terms of thick. It may not be as big, but it like fits the body perfectly, and that's what I'm looking for. And the base connection, fucking immaculate. You can't see the base particularly, but you could definitely see the connection, like especially like around this area. 10 out of 10. Honestly, this is the best one we've seen so far, and I don't even think that's really like a contest. Style, it's got 3 colors. It's pretty basic otherwise, but it does have the 3 colors, and that is doing a lot for it. However, I do think this is, and it's got the little loopy tip, which I think definitely helps as well. It has 4 colors. Yes, the tip. I noticed that now. Shut up. Also, hi Pixel. We can go back and you do yours now. Anyway, perfectly stylistic, perfectly beautiful. I do think this one only gets an 8 out of 10 for style though, because it is still rather basic, but it is still more stylish than some of the ones we've seen so far. So overall, this is easily the biggest sweep so far. A solid 38 out of 40. Sorry about that. 38, 38. The first A grade. Yes, chat. This is the standard now. This is what you should all be going for. No, you don't think you will. Fair enough. All right, Noise. Okay, so Pixel, I'm gonna be real with you. I think you gave me some of the worst pictures. Like, if you're trying to show off the tail, like, what am I supposed to do with these, man? Like, what how do I rate this? What is this? I can't see shit. Blind. Yeah, like, why did you say, don't you have a ref? I am devious. This is the best one that you've sent that shows it off. You're lucky that I know the model you use, which means I can rate it. You know what? Here, chat. Here, look. Look, this is what we're gonna do, okay? All right, chat, we're gonna rate pixels. This is it right here. All right. This is it right here. Just trust me on this one. I know them. I know that this is it, and this is what it looks like. So here you're glad that, and you will thank me for this, Pixel. All right, thick. Honestly, this is a 9 out of 10. It could be a little bigger, and I'm even saying that for myself. But it is still very, very, very close to being excellent perfection. A 9, I think, is definitely ideal for something like this. Oh, I forgot the length. Length is also a 9 out of 10. I think it could just be a little bit. But it's actually, yeah, a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 feels good for that. You give them lens flare out of 10. You can't do the temple for some reason. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. because it kind of broke. Yes, it's a 9. We're being strict here, Dragon. We're being a little strict here. We gotta be, otherwise there'd be too many 10 out of 10s. Base connection, also a 9. If you want my honest opinion, it's so close to perfect, but even if you look at it like this, sorry, you can see that there's a little bit there that could maybe be smoothed out a little, but not too much. Like right here, you can kind of see it. It's a little subtle, but it's there. Enough that it doesn't get a perfect 10, but it comes very close. And style, this one gets a 10. Especially with Pixel's color scheme. I wonder if there's an image that shows it off better. But the electric strip, the fluff, the other stuff, like, this is like very clearly the most stylish one we've seen so far. And I think that gets an easy 10 there. So, putting that into the thing there, you get a solid 37 out of 40. Another A tier. Okay, let me switch back to the other model. Oh, but if people didn't realize that I could have my hood up, I can have my hood up, if you didn't know that. A second A tier is hit the stream. Alright, let's go down a little bit. We're gonna skip by some, but I need to remember which one I've skipped by, so let's see. I've skipped by Mikos, which we'll get back to later. I've skipped by Aurora, who might show up later, but maybe not. Zoldo, are you here? Or are you still gone? I think Zoldo's not here yet. Okay, yell at me when Zoldo's here. You gave the ref as another reply. Give me 1 second. Okay, no, I think we reviewed enough, Pixel. There's no reason to review anymore. All right, moving on. Why? Apparently blocking someone on phone. Why did you block me? Did you do it as a bit? It was just for the chat? Oh! To reduce the spam from gachas, I see. Don't block me then, please. Alright. I don't think Zoldo's here yet, so let's move on. Antivan, are you here? I don't think they are, so we'll come back to them. Fire Ninja, are you here? I live? Let's do yours. Fire Ninja gave us 2. Which one do we do first? MRL, you literally used that redeem earlier tonight, my goodness. We'll do the skunk first, and then we'll do the other one after. Alright, chat, how are we doing this one? Length? Now, you see, this one might be trickier than you might think. Does this reach too long? Lazy, you keep getting legendaries. I need you to calm down. I need to add more legendaries so that Lazy doesn't have them all. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. Well, you're biased, Fire Ninja. You can shush. You just leave me over for like an hour of stream to let people get the pulls out of their system? I don't think so. Fail to beat. I think I do need to knock it down 1 point just for being a bit too long, but I still think we got to give it at least a 9. We still got to give it at least a 9, I'd say. Thick? This one's tricky because it's probably not that... No, honestly, I have to give it a 10. This is clearly huge. This is clearly gigantic. This is clearly good. This is clearly like peak in terms of that. So that's definitely a 10. This one's hard, the third point here, because you can't really see it in this picture. Like it's hard to really notice it in this picture, so it's a little hard for me to review it, but it doesn't look like it's bad. But I think I have to give it an 8 for this one just because it's a little hard to see. Style, it's plushy. It's got like the seams. It's got multiple colors. I think this has definitely got style. I think this is an easy 8 for style just because of the stuff like that. So I think that's pretty solid. Oh, I was wondering what that noise was for a second, and it was the song that I had playing. All right, so what's that score? 35. Congratulations. Now let's do your other one. All right, this is the other one. All right, we're gonna start from scratch for this one. Oh my goodness, the amount of legendaries, dude. Maybe this was a mistake. The market is ruined. Oh my god. All right, for this one, length. Absolutely could be longer. This is definitely a little stubby, in this art at least. This one's definitely a 7 for me, because it gets close, but not quite. Thick, I think this is pretty good in terms of thickness, but I do think because they're so wide, it could potentially be a little better. I think this one is just an 8. It gets there, but it could be a little better. It's supposed to be a suit ref too. That makes sense. But I have to rate it based off of the art you gave me, Fire Ninja. You know, even if their actual one might have rated higher. The connection? I think the connection is good, at least from what I could see here. Yeah, it's good. I would have to give that a 9 or an 8. Yeah, a 9. I think a 9 is fair for that. And style, I'm gonna be real. It doesn't have a lot of style. It's pretty basic. It's there. It exists. It doesn't have any extra bells and whistles, but I guess it doesn't really have to. It's got that nice little fluff on the base, and oh my god. Lazy, I might need you to convert another day, please. I would really appreciate it, Lazy, if you did your conversions on a day where the chat's not being spammed by everybody else. Thank you. All right, style. I think I gotta give it a 7 because I'm a generous soul. That gets a 31 out of 40, baby. Pretty good. All right, this is starting to get out of hand. This got more style than you. Okay, fair point. Fair point, Noise. 6 out of 10. You have successfully convinced me to destroy this man. Sorry, Fire Ninja. Alright. Ruined their whole career. Next one. Jace. Is Jace in the chat right now? Soft Jace. I think I saw you earlier. Hello, hello, hello. Lazy. Okay, that was just a normal pull. You just got fucking lucky. I thought you converted again. That was a pull. Yeah, I know. I saw. Don't worry. You're good. Pixel, can you do your free pulls on another day? Let's not spam the chat with things that aren't related to the people using their points. All right, what do we got here, chat? We got a WAF. This is very funny. Also, that is an adorable suit, I will say. Actually, I think I've seen this. Were you at my panel last year? Like, I feel like I recognize that. You just got your suit this year? Okay, I guess I might be thinking of someone else then. Okay, here's the full ref. It has a pocket dimension, chat. Okay. That's pretty funny. Let's get started into it. Length, that's pretty much... I think length is pretty good. Does it get 10 out of 10 though? Does it get a 10 out of 10? I think it would in this art. But this art is... it's pretty good. Sorry, you posted a few pics in reply to this one that you got since posting that. Oh my gosh, the creature. This reminds me of mine. I have to do that with mine. My, like, suit one. My new one's not gonna be that big, but it'll be easier to wear. Trail cam footage. Want it to get dirty. Completely understandable. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one to review because I think it's the cutest. I think length, I'm going to give it a 9. Actually, 9.5. No, it's like, it's so close to 10. Is it 10? Let's just give it 10. I think it's a 10. Yeah, I saw your message earlier. Decimals? Hey, I never said we couldn't do decimals, but I'm gonna give it a 10. Thick, I think it's fluffy, but not very thick. Like, especially, you could see it especially in, like, in this art, you can see that, like, the way it connects, it's not, like, it's mostly fluff. So I think I'm gonna give this one an 8 still, though, because it's probably the best that you can get for a fluffy one. Now this, however, might be where you lose points. Because, like, if you look at the ref here, that's not the best connection point. That's honestly, in terms of my tastes, very weak. I think your suit has a better one because of the way, you know, suits are. So, but I think I'm going to have to go by the ref instead in this regard. So I do think for this one, it is going to be a 5. And I am a generous soul when it comes to that. Style? I think this one actually... Okay, I need to calm down with the legendaries. That is incredibly generous. You're right, it's a 4. I'm sorry, Pixel has murdered this man. He, they, she. I'm sorry. Style, though, I think normally I would say, oh, it's just a basic one. But I think the pocket dimension aspect of it bumps this up to a 9. Because that's so funny. And that is part of style, what it can do. So if it didn't have that, I probably would have rated this a little lower because it would be pretty generic. But because of that, I think it gets high scores because that's very funny. Love sticking your friends in there, valid. All right, that means your total score is a 31. Congratulations. So what are the ranks? So far, the best one that's scored the highest is drinking. They've scored the highest, with yours right behind them, Pixel. All right, next one. Hey, Otter, Ty, Ty. Are you here? Yay, here you go, Ty. Okay, first of all, this art is adorable. Otter. This art is very adorable. Look at their little face, bro. It's fine, Nika's wrong. You shut up. Okay, length. I think it could be a little bit. This is a little bit of a chibi fight art, so I think it's kind of hard to judge, but I do still need to go off this art. What kinds? I'm going to be hosting 2 panels at AC. And I'm planning to submit some for MFF as well. Can you put your unfinished creature? Yes, you can. But let's save it for the end, since you've already had one dragon. If we run out, and we have time left over. Okay. AC ones? Yeah, I have a tail meetup at the end of Friday, and a fun little game show-y thingy on Saturday morning that I still have to finish. I haven't fully created it yet. But I've got 2 weeks, it'll be fine. I'll just wing it. All right, length. I think an 8. For this particular art. Procrastination. Look, I have the setup is all in my mind. It's mostly just creating the PowerPoint that I need to do, and it'll be fine. That's easy. I'm planning to work on it a bit this weekend. It's fine. It's fine. Thick. I think this one, that's... Normally, this little announcement for legendaries isn't annoying, but today it's starting to get a little thing. Or survey app. That's true. I haven't figured out the survey app yet. That I might just have to forgo for people raising their hands, to be quite honest. Like, I just don't know how I'm going to realistically do that. But I'll look into it still. Okay, I think Thick gets an 8 as well. Actually, no, let's give that a 9. It's pretty good in this art compared to their size. That's a 9. I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure, Ty, you have the same values as me in terms of connection. It looks like it would connect well in this art, but unfortunately I can't see it too well, so I can't rate it too high. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Can I mute the legendary notification for the stream? Yeah, I can. That's a good idea. Just remind me to re-enable it. Okay, there's no sound effect when getting a legendary anymore for this stream. Okay, and style, honestly, it's pretty basic. But it's a 6. It's pretty basic, but it's good at what it is. It sets out to do something, and it gets what it wants to get done. But it's still somewhat basic. Alright, we got an 8, plus a 9, plus an 8, plus a 6. You got a 31. Congratulations. All right, bruh, are you here? Yours is next. Yes, sir, Bob. Bruh provided this art, which I think they're enjoying themselves a bit too much. But they've also provided a little animation here. Impossible. I like this one. We might use, but this is good too. But for the sake of decency on my stream, let's use this animation as the reference point. Not that I'm sure you can. That's completely fine. All right, chat. I think we might have something that's going to outclips this. I'm sorry, chat. Well, there is one area where I can see you losing points on. But let's go through this one right. Length. This is an obvious 10 out of 10. Like, I don't think anyone can really dispute this. This is an easy 10 out of 10. Absolutely flawless. Thick, also an easy 10 out of 10. Completely matches the body perfectly. Especially in, like, you can see really in this picture too. It fits the body perfectly. Base connection, this is also a 10 out of 10. That's just completely obviously a good connection. Like, you can see it smoothly in the underside, especially in this one here. You can really see it. That's an easy fucking sweep. However, and here's where you're going to lose some points. The style, it is exceptionally basic. It is very basic. However, I don't want your score to suffer because of this, and I do still think it's got, like, the way you drew the scales is cool. I think a 6 is fair here. You're going to suffer here. Look, I personally don't value this section as much as the other ones, so I still think this is good. The main reason I put that there is so that other ones that wouldn't pass my first 3 have a chance at getting good scores. Does that make sense? That's the main reason for that existence. That is a 36 out of 40, though, and I personally think that's a phenomenal score. You should be very proud of it. You passed. You did more than passed. You excelled. Overall, no, keep doing what you do, bruh. I love your content. Even if I can't show anybody else it on stream. The horrors shall not be spoken. Alright, let's move on. Quackadile, you're next. You here? I saw you earlier. Yep, you're here. You are terrified. Alright. Let's get to it, shall we, chatteroonies? They're cute. I will say that. They're very cute. Length, I'm gonna be real. I think it could have been a little longer. However, I don't think it's bad still. I think this is an 8. I think it just could be just like, it just quite reaches your height, but maybe not quite there. Could just be a little bit there. Thick, I think this gets high score. It fits 9 out of 10 for this one. Fits your body, fits your thing. If it's good, I think that's a solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I give you the high marks. Base connection, I think you lose a little bit here, mainly because of how it looks right here. You can see that line right there. I think if you like erase that line, it would be chef's kiss. But because it's there, it kind of loses a little bit to me. But I still think it's pretty good. So I'm going to give it a 7 for this particular score. Now, style, though. This one, I think you get high marks for. The spines, the fact that it gets pink when they're flustered, the little strawberry effect on the underside. This is style, chat. If you want to get high points in style, this is how you do it. That said, I do still think there's a little bit more style that could be had in here, and I want to be picky with my perfect points. 9 out of 10 for style. Overall, that gives your score... What do we got here? 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus 9. You got a 33. Congratulations. 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 My toe hurts. Why does my fucking toe hurt? I didn't fucking bump it on anything. Okay. Anyway, let me just get yours put up here. I'm getting everyone's scores saved. Kura Hyena, are you here? You're preemptively bracing to regret entering. Is this yours? I'm gonna tell you right now, yeah, you might regret entering. Oh my goodness. You're here to go up to bat? That's great. But unfortunately, it's my stream, not yours. Alright. I love your character. I will say that. Please don't take my scores personally. Please don't take my scores personally. Like, 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Thickness. 2 out of 10 and you'll fucking thank me for it. Oh my goodness. Had to happen. The connection, I actually think you did this well here. I actually think right here, it's actually a pretty good one here. You, like in terms of this part, I actually think you score high on this. 8 out of 10. On the connection point. I think you did this one really well. See? See? It's not completely bad, guys. Style? This one's tricky. Does it have style? It's got multiple colors and the balls to submit a small one to my review channel. I think that's gotta be... That's got it. We gotta give some points for that, right, chat? 7. 19 out of 40. 19 out of 40, and honestly, I think that's better than a lot of people expected me to give this one. I salute you, Kura. Your character's adorable. And I want you to appreciate that. Mattress type creature. Yeah, but this is my review, Noise. This is my review. I have a sleepover after stream. You survived. I'm glad. Luke, are you here? I don't think they are, so we're gonna go buy them. Accordion, are you here? This is the last one on my list before I go back and check what new ones came in. You can see my notifications up there. I'm sure some people submitted some. I might have gone through this too fast. Nah, I'm fine. Blam, I say. Okay, here we go. We're gonna use this art. Already, I'm feeling good about this one. I do have some in DMs, yes. Not too many, though. All right. Length? Let's see here. One sec. I need to use my... I need to use 200% of my brain for this one. It's a good length. That's an easy 10 out of 10. I compared it to their size, and that's an easy 10 out of 10. That's an easy 10 out of 10. Thick, I think it could be a little bit. I think it could be a little bit, but it's still very close and fits their size. So that's a 9, easily. Connection? 9, I'd say. I think it's a pretty smooth one. Compared to other felines, that is completely fine. However, did you know that you could betray biology and just do whatever you want? But that's your choice. Anyway, style. This one I think is very. You got the stripes. You got the fluff. Like, we got some style here, chat. That said, it is still pretty basic at its core. I think this is an 8 on the style ranking. Does chat agree with me? To your liking? Unthinkable. Overall, this one got some high scores, baby. We got a 36 out of 40 on our hands here. We got an 86 out of 36 out of 40. And you should be very accepting of that. That's one of our top performers today. All right, let's go back and first things first. Okay, that's actually nothing new there. Okay. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do the ones we skipped over. All right, we're gonna do Mikos now. I don't know if Mikos like exists, but they posted their suit and we're gonna review it. It's a cute one. It is in fact, yeah. Okay. All right, for the length, this one, I think it could be bigger. But we have to take it into account that it is a suit. And when it's a suit, they generally have to make a concession somewhere. So I think this is a 7 for length. Noise out here getting the thematic ones. Thick, I think this is a solid 7 as well. Especially for a suit. Connection, I think it's a little weak here. You can kind of see like the seam a bit. Like I think it could connect to the suit better. That's a good concept, Kura. So I do think that there's some improvement here, but I still think it's okay. 5. Style? The polka dots definitely give it some style, I think. Oh, it's got a little bow here. Okay, that helps it a lot as well. I think this is a solid 8 for this one. That's strong. That's a strong showing. That's a very strong showing. That's a 27. I might need to get some water, but I'm okay. Yes, I did, Pixel. They got high scores. All right, next one. Aurora. Aurora gave me this beautiful shot, but they also gave me a ref. But I think we're gonna use this wonderful shot here. All right, Aurora, let's go deep into this because I do think that there's some improvement opportunities here. But it's still okay. We got some room for improvement here. All right, chat. Length. It's decent here, but I think the model, it could be better. I think we get about the wings, but that's not what we're reviewing here. 7. Thick? I think it could be a little bit. It's like, you can kind of see like I think it's a little too reserved in terms of this aspect. I'll give it a 7. The connection is decent at the top, but then it quickly becomes bad, like right around here. Like this area where I'm fucking hand tracker, where I'm pointing right here. You can kind of see it kind of loses its smoothness a bit there. Because of that, 7. Style? It's very basic. Stop. I do what I want. All right, style, chat. What are we feeling for style? The tough is good. Yeah, but it is still pretty basic. Clipped and sent to Aurora. Look, I shit talk Aurora in real life. They're used to it. I'll just go meet up with Aurora and be like, ugh! Just give them the review to their face. Okay, style, I think that's like a 7. I think it's just a 7. This is a 7, perfect 7. This is what a 7 looks like. 28. Oh, okay. This is just 7, 7, 7, 7. 7. They won the lottery. Jackpot, baby. I like this song. Zoldo, are you here now? Does Zoldo exist in the modern era? I don't think they do. Whatever. We're gonna have to review Zoldo when they're away. Unfortunate for them. Also, you get a little bit of a cameo of Pixels right there. All right, we're gonna use this art though. Let me move this out of the way so you can see it a little bit. All right, how are we ranking this one, chat? Good length? I think so, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. I think that's a solid 8 or a 9 out of 10. Are you asking us? That's my job. I think that's a 9 on the length, but I do also agree it loses a little bit on that aspect. It could just be this art though, but unfortunately we are going to review based off of this art. So it's a 7 on this. I think it could be bigger. The connection, I think this is very solid. But there is a little bit of that curve there, so I think this has to be like an 8 or a 9. It's better in this art, which is funny, and the thick is better in this art, but yeah, I think I'm good with giving this an 8. Style, this, I think it's got to have a similar style score than what Bari had. It's very similar to Bari's. What did I give your style again, Bari? I need to be consistent. Eight, then we give it an 8. That gives the score of a 32. 32. We're giving Zoldo a 32. You're out of points? Somebody is finally out of points, chat. It does happen. Well, actually, there might be a couple of people who are out of points now. And underperforming. To be fair, I think they could have potentially... This isn't... As wonderful as this art is, I don't think this art is the best showing in regards to the tail, you know? Like, I think this could have been a little bit of a better showing in terms of art. I would review maybe based off of this, but you can't see a lot based off of this. But if we were reviewing based off of this, then we would give 1 extra point to your pick. But still, I don't know. I haven't been using the gadget tonight. This would be a good night to use the gadget today because it's 50% off. It's 50% off today only. That's why everybody's spamming it. I'm stalling, chat. Give me a second. All right, next on the list, Antivan. Boop, 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 boop. All right, what are we feeling for this one? This one's a cutie. I like this design. However, there's some things to be critical about. Length. I think it could be. I think the length could be a little better, but not by too much. I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10. Thick, I think this is also potentially could have been, I think this is 8 or a 9. Maybe we give this one an 8.5. We're gonna give our first 0.5 score here. I think this deserves an 8.5 there. This connection though, this right here, yeah, I'm sorry. That's a 6. Maybe even worse. I'm gonna have to give that a 6. And I think I'm gonna do that because it looks better here in this art. How do you get your ref rated? Check the pins. Also, how are you doing today, Freaky Ferret? And the style, this one, I think is gonna get high score. You got the feathers, you got the top design marks, you got the multicolors, you got the everything. That's a 9 out of 10, baby. 9 out of fucking 10. Overall, we got some good shit here. That's a 31.5 out of 40. That's a pretty good score. All right, who's next on the making that we haven't reviewed yet? Dragon Rider Luke. Let's see what we got here. Bye, Dylus. Have a good one. We got a Durg. We got a Durg, chat. Length. Pretty good. I think it could be longer, though. I think I'll give that an 8. Thick? I think that's solid. An 8. Could it be bigger? Actually, no. That fits the body pretty well. Let's go with a 9 on that one. Did I run out of music? No, we didn't. Okay. That is indeed a Durg. Holy shit. You said what now? The connection, I think that's very solid. You can even see it right there in the top when they're sitting down. That's a solid connection. I think for connection, that will be... Let's do 8.5. We'll do another 0.5 here. That makes sense to me. 8.5. Style, this, I think we're going to have to be a little critical here. It's exceptionally basic. I think this is a 6 for style. No, 5 for style. It is it is blue. Yeah, it is blue out of 10. I don't know what number blue, but we'll say blue is a 5 out of 10 on this one. This is a very basic style. It's not outright bad. It's just aggressively basic. That's a 30.5 out of 40. Alrighty then, gamers. I think that's most of them. There's a few more that came into my notifications. Alright, we got Javaru. We got Javaru. Are you here? Yes, you are. I think. You might be AFK, but they're in the chat. So we'll time to the review. Yeah, okay. First, let's take a look at all the art, and we'll pick the one that I think shows it off the best. Ooh, chat. I think we might have a good scorer here. We got a Hero Forge model for them as well. All right. Let's score, shall we, chat? Navarro and Street Fighter win. Overall, I think length could potentially be a little bit better, though. It's pretty good, but I do think there is room for some, like, yeah. But, so I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. Thick, though? This one. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. In every single one of these arts, you can tell it is a good one. It is good. It's the base connection. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I think it could. There's like some areas where in some of these arts where I think there's some room for improvement, but not by much. Not by much. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. In terms of style. Now here's a question, chat. Here's a question. How stylish are we feeling today? Personally, it's pretty basic. However, I do think the tuft on what would normally be a basic Rue one is very inspired. I think that's very inspired. So I do think we need to score it a little higher just because that I think is pretty inspired. However, I think it's a 7. I think that's still a 7 because it is pretty basic overall. Yes, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that's pretty basic. All right, that's a pretty solid showing. That's 8 plus 10 plus 9 plus 7. You got a 34. Very strong showing. All right, I think I got another notification here. Batty Ace we got here. Are you in the chat right now? I can already tell one category this is gonna score high in. Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Unfortunately, me, Batty. Hell yeah. Now, I'm going to have to say... Okay, that's a good one. This is a cool suit one. That's good. I like that. But we're going to go by your ref. I think that just makes more sense. So on length, I do think this is a 7. I do think that there's some improvement here in terms of length. I generally like it when it's like as long as their height kind of thing. And I think there's some room there for some extra length. I also do think there's some room for some extra thick. So that's also a 7. I think that has some room for improvement in that regard. That's just my bias, though. In terms of the connection, though, I think there's room for improvement, but I also think it's pretty solid. I'm going to give that an 8. I'm going to give that an 8. Now, style. Now, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 on the style, man. You got the color, you got the stripes, you got the floofy, you got the there's so many colors, there's so many. It's beautiful. I think this is definitely a high-scoring style, and I think it's very nice. I think this is where you score high points for sure. I don't think anyone can dispute that either. I think this is a stylish AF. This is what we're talking about when we see style. So the final score. You get yourself a 32. That's very, very good. 32 out of 10. 32 out of 40, I mean. I'm stupid. That's super high. The style carried it, but it is a stylish, man. A 32. I'm glad you liked it. It is good. However, if you want my tips, longer and thicker, and then you can become the peakness that you can strive to be. All right, guys. That's what I said. I am one. You're right about that. I'm a little worried to check my notifications in case we get jump scared by something. It was fine. Oh my gosh, Arrow threw theirs in. All right, we've got, I don't know if they're in the chat. Speaking of ice cream. The Discord server? Sure. Did you join? Appearance. Hi, Arrow. I gotta do something real quick. Give me a moment. You're Ace? Ah, I see you. Do you want the role that pings you when I go live? Mr. Ace? Twitch and Twitter? Hell yeah. All right, perfect. Let's review this majestic creature. I think we're gonna go by the model here because it's a. By the way, this is. I saw your post on this, Ariel. I saw you making this. This is a pretty cool one. I think you did a good job. It looks very cool. I think that's your first model, right? Very good work. All right, but now it's time to be hypercritical. Now it's time to be a bitch. Length. In this one in particular, I think you might have been a little reserved in terms of the length here. But it is still pretty big. I usually compare it to like the height, and like if I'm comparing it, maybe this angle's not the best. One sec. It's about the same. No, I don't think we're just checking the length. I do think there's some room there, but it's still very good. 8 out of 10. Makes it seem short. I do think so too. I also think the angles might be a little weird. But if we're going by this, I still think an 8 out of 10 is fair for this. Thick. I think this is an easy 9 out of 10. It fits perfectly. It's like, I think the base could be, but I think you were kind of going for that kind of small into the big. I think that's what you were going for, instead of just the. I don't know how to explain it, but I still think that's a solid 9. Very, very good. The connection, I think we can see the connection very well here, on this A pose. Yeah, I think that's what you're going for. And honestly, I think this is incredibly good. You definitely, there's a lot of VR chat avatars that do not do connection good at all. And I don't know if you've noticed that or you felt the same about me, but like almost none of them are good at this. Absolutely none of them are good at this. I have to edit every single one I buy to be more like this. And I think this is very good. I do think this is also a 9 right here. Yeah, I think this is a 9. Now, style. It's a little basic. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I do like the spikes there, though. Like the little spikes you can see there. That does bump it up, I think. It was an absolute headache for the topology. You see, I just busk it. As someone, or like I just fucking wing it. I just like if you actually looked at the mesh of some of the edits I've made, it's horrible. It looks like somebody vomited. But I use like the smoothing tool and it works for my needs, so I don't give a fuck. Like it looks good, it smoothly connects, but like if you actually look at it, like there's probably too many shapes. I'm not a 3D modeler. I just fucking wing it, man. And I get the job done. I think you showed it on stream once. Yeah, you were at the style point? I think I'd agree with that. I think I'm willing to give this a 7.5 for style. Actually, no, I'm gonna bump that up to an 8. Bump that up to an 8. Overall, very, very solid scores. In total, you get a 34 out of 40. That's a very strong showing. Some of our best ones have gotten scores like that. Solid stuff. Whoa. Oh my gosh, my hand dragging. Okay. Whoag. Incredible stuff. Incredible gaming stuff. Thank you so much for submitting. Keep making models. With the infinite free pulls. I do apologize to anybody who's joining my chat for the first time for the gacha spam. It's not normally this bad, I assure you. It's just 50% off today. The spam was worse earlier. I think people have finally started to run out of points. This one will be much larger. I think I've seen it. Here, one sec. Maybe I shouldn't expose your profile that badly. I'll hide until I get to the one you posted. Yeah, this thing, right? Yeah, this one would definitely get 10 out of 10 on like. All right, I think that's every single one that was submitted to me on Blue Sky. I do still have a few more that were submitted to me on Discord, so we're gonna load those up now. Okay, Micro Sandman submitted 3 from other media. Nothing on Twitter. Absolutely nothing on Twitter. Nobody fucking shared it on Twitter. And honestly, thank God. The less I have to deal with Twitter, the better. Real. Hey, I will, if there's one thing I will say about Twitter is that sometimes my posts do better there. Like, for example, I posted my Risk of Rain mods there, and they ended up performing better there because of algorithm stuff. But I generally don't post there because it's a cesspool. Yeah, you can submit stuff from other stuff. But first, let me get through the ones that have been submitted. In fact, we're going to be doing some here that have been submitted. It's probably bots on Twitter. It could be, yeah. But I did get some follows out of it, so. All right, I have no idea who this is. What are they? Renale from Rabbits and Steel. I've heard of the game Rabbits and Steel. Where is submission? Check the pinned message for the Blue Sky post, but you can also send me a DM on Discord as well. We're doing the Discord ones right now. There aren't too many that I have on Discord. Where is one from? What? Excellent game. All right, let's erase the scores here. Oh no, now that I've said that you can submit game characters, people are gonna open the goddamn floodgates and I'm gonna be here all night. All right, first of all, length. Pretty solid, but I think it could be a little bigger. Actually, wait. It's about as long as they are tall. If I was like, I'm like using my fingers right now and it's very funny. I still get that an 8, I think. That's pretty good. Thick? I think the thick might be 9. It fits the body perfectly. Are we doing game characters now? We're doing whatever was submitted to me on Discord right now. Game characters were always allowed. Just, I would prefer you submit your own characters first. Connection, this is an easy 10 out of 10. It's extremely smooth. It's like perfect in terms of the way it connects. Absolutely flawless. Style, it's an easy 9. That's cute, dude. Look at it. It's got like the bow. It's got the spikes. It's like, oh, it's cute. It's fucking cute, chat. It's fucking cute. $36. Oh, wow, that's one of the highest scores we've got. And to be honest, I think it deserves it. Another A tier. You want a fucking pin? It's not a pinata, Bakari. Bakari, it's not a fucking pinata. All right, we've got 2 more from Micro Sandman, so give me a second to get those over into my browser. This is why I prefer it. You send it to, oh, what? Oh, fuck. That's not where I wanted to go. Hide that. Bari, I'm gonna tell you something really fucking funny. Micro Sandman has already submitted the one that you just posted to me. We were already gonna get to that. All right. Does anybody remember this character? I streamed this game a couple of times, actually. I liked this game. This was Astria 600. It's the deck builder that uses dice. It's a really neat game. I liked it a lot. I should probably play it more. Anyway, I forgot his name. What was his name? Solarius. All right. Hella difficult. It's really easy on low ascensions, and then it gets hard. Just kind of like Slay the Spire 2 and Slay the Spire in a way. Like, you can win pretty easily on the low difficulty. Just when you pump up the difficulties, then it starts to get really silly. All right, for length, I think we got to give this a somewhat low score. That thing's short AF, bro. Bro, you need to get some... Combine them? Kinda, yeah. I think this is like an easy 5 for the light. That could be way better, man. Thickness isn't bad, actually. The thickness isn't bad. The friendliest looking Amaret you've ever seen. Bro, he's look at him. He's friend. Anyway, connection. Yeah, that connection's not good. This is a 7, I think. That connection is not very good. That's like a 4, my man. Style, that I think it scores well on style. I think that's easy an 8. You got the shark, you got the little bandages on the bottom. Shark's definitely always got style, man. That's an easy one. Easy 8 for the style. $24. Honestly, that's not bad considering what it is. I like this guy though. This guy was always one of my favorites when I was playing the game in terms of design. He's fun. All right, and the final one submitted by Mr. Micro Sandman. This fucking thing. I don't think I've ever fought this monster because I don't think I ever played Generations. But it's this fucking thing. The Great Macau. The best raptor. The lad. I fucking love this guy. Your favorite starter monster? Okay, look, my favorite starter monster is Great Azuchi. I might be a little biased though, because Rise was really the first Monster Hunter game that really sunk its fucking teeth into me and destroyed my entire soul. All right, length. I do think the length could be better though, to be quite honest. 7. You have submitted one more to Blue Sky. Calm down, guys. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. We'll get to it, okay? I'm not planning for today's stream to go super long. I am a little tired. And I'm still a little queasy from my stomach problems, but I also don't mind it going longer. We'll see. Thick? I think the thickness is good, though. Yeah, no, that's like an easy 9 for the thick. That's a good one. Easy 9. Easy 9. Luke, thank you for the raid. We've already reviewed yours. You got a 30 out of 40. 30.5 out of 40. How is Phantom Hourglass? Did you miss mine? Yes, you got a 30.5 out of 40. You scored pretty decently, but your style wasn't the best, mainly because it was just blue. Overall, solid score. I have to make a tier list or something? Nah. Base connection, this is easy strong. Like, you can see it's very smoothly connects. Actually, that's even a 10. Monster Hunter's always usually pretty good at this category, though. They know how to make it connect. Very peak. Style? I think the style is very strong. You got those spikes on the tip, you got the colors, you got the feathers. This is an easy 9. Easy fucking 9. Overall, very solid. $35. That's a high fucking score, man. This fucking lizard speed off a lot of yours, guys. How are you gonna deal with that? How are you gonna deal with that, chat? This motherfucking dumbass dinosaur beat you. I'm not gonna record the scores of the non-original characters. Okay. Oh shit, Hisuin just posted one. I'll get to yours in a second, Hisuin. We're gonna finish the ones that I have in Discord first, and then we'll get to yours. All right, next up, we got one of my emote artists coming up here. Unfortunately, they won't be here because it's too late for them. Big EP vibes from them. Don't know where. It's a direct DM. I know I prefer Blue Sky. I'm just getting through the Discord ones first right now. Shout out to being like 2 a.m. in Finland. All right, here we go. We've got Fex, made by Beldoodles, also known as Fluffy Boy, also known as made a good chunk of my emotes. In particular, wait, let me pull up all the emotes they made in my thing. Let's see, we've got. I think it's these 5, right? I'm not missing one, right? Did not ask permission. All right. Let's go back up to the reviews, shall we? Length. Now, this is tricky. As an individual, it could be a bit better. But as all 3, how do we fucking deal with that, chat? How do we deal with that? How does that contribute? Do they stack together? Is that how that works? I don't think that's how it works. I think maybe a little bit it works, though. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. All right, thick. This one, honestly, for Fox, pretty good. 8. I think an 8 is a solid score here. Like, it's solid. It's solid. It's solid. It's solid. It's solid. Nothing else to say. The connection, I think this one suffers a little bit by being multiple. So I do think a 7 is fair here, but I do still think it's solid. Style, though, I think this is an easy 10. I know it looks basic on top, but when you have 3 of them, the healing properties, I think those 2 things compound together to make it very unique and easily the most unique one we've seen today. Do we concur with this, chat? Here's another picture of them as well. That helps out. Yep. I think that's a good scoring. All right, we've got 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 10. We got a 34 on our hands. Very solid score. Yeah, fluff, 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 fluff. This is really funny right here. This is also funny. Did not ask permission. Upset. Okay. Bloom, bloom. Back to the Discord well. I got a few more here, I think. This character was submitted by Lord Dr. W. I don't know who they are. I really don't. It's a fabulous beast. I heard it's from Fabulous Beasts. Well, what is that? You see, you rejoined at a good time. Yeah, we literally just got to yours. Very cute anime. Ah, it's a Kieran. It's me? How do I not know? I don't watch shows. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think you guys understand that shows and TV is like a major media blind spot for me. I'm like a gamer to my goddamn core. Alright, let's review this motherfucking thing. Shall we, chat? Length. Pretty solid. I think it could be longer, though. 8 out of 10. Thick. I think it matches their body perfectly. 9 out of 10. Connection, flawless. 10 out of 10. The connection is perfect. The box is a bit unfortunate. It is. And style. I think it looks pretty stylish, but I definitely don't think it's as... I know, I checked them. Don't worry. I felt like this was the best picture to show it off, though, Lord Doctor. I think style is a 9. $36. Extremely high score. 9 style for this. You know what? You're right. 8. Bringing it down to 35. All right, chat. The theme song of the people who got low scores is coming in. Time to cry. But why? All right, guess who's next? Oh, it's you, Bakiri. Oh, shit. Let's move this up here so that we can see it. Oh, shit, it's Bakiri. All right, chat. I'm feeling good about this one. I'm feeling good about this one. This one, length? Easy 9 out of 10. Easy 9 out of 10. Thick? I think it could be a little bit bigger. 8 out of 10 for this one. Connection? Easy 10. Easy fucking 10. Easy fucking 10. Absolutely. That's exactly what we're looking for in that for that score. And style? Honestly, I think this is also an easy 10. That style is extremely easy. It's very colorful, very pretty, fits the perfect. It's that's very stylish. It's like it looks basic at first, but it's really not because of the colors. The colors are what really sell it. That's a 37. Extremely high showing. Congratulations, Bakiri. You are among the top. I need to stretch. Give me a second. Okay, chat. Now we've got the hope music. Everyone who got a high score, now it's your turn. Bakiri actually submitted another one, so let's go ahead and check that one, shall we? We got this fucking thing. This fucking thing, whatever this is. All right, length. 10. It's perfect. Remember, when we're thinking about that, we're thinking about it in relative to the main body, and it's perfect in terms of the main body. Thick, I think it loses a little bit of points here because it's mostly fluff, but still an 8, I'd say. Stop giving you 10s. Hey man, you drew it well. What can I say? I'm not trying to butter you up or anything. These are my honest opinions. The connection, it's fluff, so there's only so much it could do. 7. Style, I'd say a 7 for this, or an 8, 7. It's basically just pretty basic, but it uses 3 colors, which is kind of nice. Oh, so overall, pretty solid. Let's see what we got here. 10 plus 8 plus 7 plus 7. We got a 32 for this one. Pretty good. Wow. Okay. That was all of the Discord ones. Time to return to the blue sky. And we've got one submitted by Hisu in here. This is a critter from Beastie Ball. Damn, sending me Beastie Ball spoilers. On Discord through DM. Oh, it got sent as a message request. You like this one? I do too. This Beastie will probably end up with my team when I eventually get to playing this game. Which I do plan to stream Beastie Ball, by the way. I'm kind of waiting for it to leave early access. Alright, length, obviously 10. This is like, it's fucking, compared to their size, it's fucking big. Thick, I think it could be a little better, but it's still very solid. I'd say, no, an 8 for this feels fair. Although it does fit their body. Yeah, 8 seems fair for this. The connection's obviously flawless. I think that's perfect. You can't, I don't think you can really improve that connection. It's exactly what we're looking for. Style, it's got that whole gloop shit. It's got Scotch shit come in. The tip is very unique. It's an easy 9 on style. $37 again. I don't think we've gotten anything higher than a 37. But still, a very strong showing from this critter. Am I running out of music soon? No, I'm not. We're just going through the whole Live Alive soundtrack. Wasn't there a 38? Ooh, there might have been. Yeah, there was. Deuterium got a 38. Mr. Drinking himself. Okay. We got one more from Crow. And apparently Crow drew this during the stream. They drew it just for this occasion, chat. Do we give them bonus points for that? Wow, a quick worker? Yeah, indeed. They have another picture that shows off their Sona as well. Let me load that up. So this is their actual character. But reading for dummies. I don't know if that's gonna help very much, but you know. We're gonna review this because it's obviously the focus here. Okay, length. Pretty solid. I do think there's room for improvement there though. 8 out of 10. Thick. It's not bad. But you know how biased I can be. 7. I think that's fair. The connection, though, honestly, that's pretty perfect. The way you did that connection, very good. I think a 9 is very good for that. I love how we have the evil music playing right now. Style? It's pretty basic, but I do think the little accessory at the base really pushes it up a bit. So normally I'd probably give this like a 6 or a 7, but because of the accessory, I think an 8 is pretty good just because of that accessory. But oh no, actually I think a 7.5 is more fair. Because otherwise it is pretty basic. I think that's a fair scoring for that. That's a 31.5 score. Very good. Crazy high or crazy low? Waiting for Megalomania. I started the stream with Megalomania. However, I have a playlist playing right now. And let me just tell you right now, you might be happy, Doctor. Based on what I see in there. Good enough score? Honestly, for this type, I think you fucking nailed it. I'm very picky when it comes to this kind of shit. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, I still really like them, Noise. Like, don't get me wrong. I still really like them. Just not as much as something like this. All right. Luke said they submitted another one, so let's check that. Okay, we've got a snack. This one's going to be very interesting because I honestly don't know how I'd review this. Because these generally aren't my preference. However, they're still cool. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. Woo! Why am I so tired today? All right, length. I think that's an obvious 10 out of 10. Thick. I think that's obviously a 9 out of 10. The connection. It's like obviously smooth. However, I think I need to rate this low, just because of my personal bias. Like it's actually a 10. But my personal bias makes it a 6 because this is not the kind of connection I'm personally looking for. And style, this is just not my style, like at all. So I think I would have to rate this a style of 4 just because I'm just not a fan of this style, you know? It's not my thing. All right. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Sidestep to the challenge? Exactly. That's why I'm kind of rating it a little lower. Wait, I say a little lower, but like... Did I cancel my edits? I think I did. What was it again? I think I gave a 10 to length and a 9 to this, right? And then I gave a 6 for this. And a 4 for this. $29. All right. Well, chat. That was the last one. Oh, wait, no. Pixel sent me one, too. Quick, everyone send them. No, let me be free. Things on Discord. It's direct message, Imp. Like, you literally just DM me. Alright, Pixel wants me to do this one. Alrighty then, we've got this weird doggo. Weird dog. Length, honestly, its length is super lacking. Even in this pick. Like it's a little better in this pick, actually. So I'm leaning more towards a 7 here. The thickness, I think the thickness could be better too. I'm gonna say a 7 on that. Wait, yeah, no, Pixel's doing normal gacha pull. But yeah, you have too many free pulls, Pixel. Have you just been saving them up? Because like I had a glitch at one point where it caused them to stack up, and you seem to have an unrealistically high amount of them. Oh no, they don't have any more, so they're fine. I think Pixel was just saving them. Maybe from something. How did Pixel get so many? Good question. Pixel, how did you get so many? Did you just win raffles, or was it during the music guessing stuff? Just saw your review. We take those. You could have potentially gotten higher if there was different art, but how can one boss theme contain so much peak? I agree, don't worry. The connection, I think, is very strong, though. Monster Hunter is usually almost immaculate when it comes to the connection, so that's a 10 out of 10. And I think its style is very high as well, with a 9 because of the way it, like, splits and stuff. So we got 7 plus 10 plus 9. 33. Honestly, higher than I was expecting. but that's their style. Fair enough. All right, Dragon has one that they want to share now. Here is the one that Dragon said they weren't able to get submitted in time, and they are specifically pointing out the fucked up leg. I think that leg, yeah, that is pretty fucked up now that I'm looking at it. Doesn't look bad though. All right, I think we got something that might be here. Length? I don't think there's any debate that this is a straight up 10 out of 10. The toes are very weird. Anyways, take a look at them closely. Specifically the one that's facing the camera. Also, don't worry. I saw it drinking. Don't worry. This is also a 10, to be quite honest. It fits the... Honestly, no, Dragon, you might fucking sweep. This is very fucking good. You just don't think inspired by it? Yeah, I heard about that. All right, it's a perfect for this thing. Yeah, this one's also a 10. And the main reason for that is because you could see the line where it's connecting, like through the leg. You could see that they drew it there with the line art. That's a smooth fucking connection, and I know you care about that as much as I do, Dragon. So, Dragon, I think we might, however, I think it's a little basic style-wise. And that's partially because it's a little basic, even, like, normal to Lazzles is a little basic style-wise. I'm gonna give it a... But it has the colors, and it has those little, like, things. I'm gonna give it a 7 for the style. Whoa, 7 upon you. Couldn't be that perfect. That gives you a 37 out of 40. I love this though. Finish this art. Finish it. And then drop my free count. True. Sorry, we need to admire this critter. I like them. Finish this fucker. Does that mean, yes, you do still have the highest score? However, if you want my personal opinion, I don't value style as much. I just think it's important to have it in the overall ranking still. But this is flawless to me because I genuinely, from a personal level, don't give a fuck about style. The main reason I added that there was to give ones that are like not necessarily specific to mine a higher chance of getting a decent score, and I think it succeeded in that. All right, we got one more. Never mind, we got two more. We got another Beastie Ball submission. All right, this is a weird critter. I like them though. That one's definitely a spoiler. Oh shit. Well, too late now. Oh well, I don't care. I would have looked up all the designs anyway, to be quite blunt. I have no control over that. Length? Very good, but I'm gonna give it a 9, I think. Honestly, this one might sweep. Obviously good. I think the connection could be a little better, but it's still very strong. That's a straight up 9, I think. And style, it's fucking weird, dude. 9. I think that's another 37. We love our 37s in this household. Word, you gotta spam. Okay, guys, I will fucking leave the app open a little bit after stream so you guys can just unload your fucking points, okay? But just for a little bit, okay? And if you happen to use the redeem after I have stopped it by accident, you lose those points, and that's not my fault. All right, we got one from, I believe, Imp. They said this is not their character, but they said it's definitely a creature. And I have to agree, that's certainly something. Very cool creature design. Okay, length. Yeah, that's an easy 10. That said, I think I might have to score this one lower because it's just too much for this scoring. It's just a little too much. Like, it's eclipsing it. It doesn't, there's like that flow. It's losing that flow because of that. And that's also why I'm gonna rank this one a little lower as well. Because it just kind of like these two, 8 and 6. It's eclipsing it. You know what I mean? However, it might just make up for it by getting perfect points in style. Fuck, that's a stylish one, dude. Hi, Nebula. All right, let's rank this. 10. A solid 34. Boom. And unless somebody wants to get some other submissions in, that do be all of them. That do be all of them. We have reviewed all of the ones that have been submission. Whose was that? Impressure was the one who sent it to me. And they're owned by the character When Wolves Cry Out, apparently, is who it's owned by. Oh, Ghostman, unless you got picks ready, I think I'm pretty little getting. You can still send mine if you want to. If you want to, it's still open. I don't want to go too much longer though, just to be blunt. I am getting a little tired and I would like a little bit of rest. I had a pretty rough ride home. I had to carry heavy protein shakes home, and I also had stomach problems. It was a very excruciating bus ride, to say the least. Posted it anyways? Okay, let's go. We've got Nebula here. I'm feeling good about this one, but we'll see, won't we? Hope I'm feeling better now. I am, but I would like to relax a bit. I might have to get emote like that, Nebula. Arador already offered to make one for me. I don't know what their prices are, but I'm interested. We'll see. Anyway, let's review this fucking thing, shall we? This fucking thing. Length. Very good. but I think there is some stuff that could potentially strengthen that length. I'm gonna give it a 9 still. That's very good. The thick, that's also a 9. That's very good. Very good. Very, very, very good. All right, the connection. This one's tricky because although I do think there is some very, especially right on the here. Let me I'll zoom in a bit. Right here. Oh, I can use my mouse. I forgot about that. There's some very solid like connection points here, but then you've got like this line here that like makes it not connect super amazingly in this particular shot. But I don't think I want to reduce too many points for that because it is very, very solid. So I do think I'm going to have to give this another 9. Now for style points, I think this got style, man. You've got some colors. You've got this cool star right here. You've got like the waviness. You've got multiple colors, the tough. I'm going to have to, I think this is just a solid 9 all around the board. Just a straight 9, 9, 9, 9. So we've got a nice solid 36 out of 40 here. Extremely solid, extremely good, extremely tailed. You've only got 2. You've got rate limited. Get fucking shit on. I do apologize for the spam. This was part of my, this was a subathon incentive. All right, guys. I think that's all of them again, unless... All right. Do we got any more last-minute submissions, or am I free from this torture? You need to sleep so bad. It's only 10 o'clock where I am, so I'm not going to sleep too bad. You're doing some awkward cropping, but you might have a scuffed one to add. Okay, I might have one more in me. Holy shit, people are spending their fucking points. Oh god. Meh. Oh, yeah, holy moly. My god, you guys. Is it just Steve-ish? Jesus. Steve-ish, calm the fuck down. How are you using it so quickly? Oh my god. You need to spend your points. Oh god. Oh my goodness gracious me. So I'm just trying to parse chat. Like I'm trying to comprehend it and I'm having some trouble. Can you read this? I read that. You wrote a redeem script like 3 years ago and it surprises. You're using a redeem script? Bro, ban this man. He's scripting. This boss theme is cool. Is this new to the Live Alive remake? Yes, it is. It is in fact new to the Live Alive remake, yes. Mods, he's doing it sideways. All right, guys. I think I'm ready to call it quits for today. He's spamming the chat like crazy. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for coming down. Almost 80k points. I might give you one. I still am debating on if the people who added them get them for free or not. I think there's no harm in giving you one, but I'll have to think about it over time. It's not hard for me to add, thankfully. Been a nice community night? Hell yeah. I'm gonna leave the bot open until 11 o'clock, which is an hour, which is about 50 minutes from now. So if you want to take advantage of the 50% off, you have about 50 more minutes after the ending of this stream. It will still work and you can still redeem those. But at 11 o'clock, I will be resetting the point totals back to their normal amount. And I'm going to be closing the bot. Okay? So, for now, though, let me delete some stuff. I'm ready to go to bed. Well, not bed, but rest a bit. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing more The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. And then, I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week. All right, chat. I have to ask you all for something very important next week. I'm planning to stream Deltarune on Saturday, 3 days after it comes out. I need y'all to protect me from spoilers until I've streamed that game on Saturday. Why am I waiting until Saturday? One, that gives people time to beat it, so they want to watch me. Two, it gives time for people to find the secrets so that they could tell me when I'm going to pass a point of no return. And three, I can stream the whole chapter in one stream on a weekend, whereas I might have to split it up if I stream on a weekday. The only disadvantage is that I could get spoiled, so I'm going to need to stay off the internet, and that's going to be very fucking hard for me. So, we'll see. I do think the benefits outweigh it, though, so I just got to be very careful. Alright, let's see who's live right now for me to raid out to. If anybody. Oh, nobody. That's unfortunate. Okay, no raid then. I'll see you all tomorrow then. It doesn't work on this screen. It doesn't fucking work on this screen. It doesn't do it, man. Steve-ish, you redeemed the wrong thing there for a second, or maybe you did it on purpose. I don't know. I did see it. How many fucking points do you have? Too many, I think. Bro's been lurking, it seems. All right, I'm gonna leave the bot open. If you guys want to continue using your points, go for it. But for now, I'm logging off. Have a good one, team.